Now, first-party technology is the next piece that we want to kind of get a little foundation on now that we have a little clearer understanding of what we mean when we talk about first-party data. Now, the technology that I'm going to describe here today is anything that operates within your domain. And so normally it's going to require a subdomain. So I have an example here of Sylvan. They're not a client. I think back to school was on the top of my head. So I just went with an education example. But what we have here is their cookie space, and if this was larger, you'd see all the first-party cookies that they write. But whenever they implement a technology within their core domain and they set up a subdomain for the serving of media, that's a first-party implementation. It operates out of their domain and it's able to read and write to that first-party cookie space. Another piece, and I'd like to call this the flip side to the coin, and this is a good example of how you leverage first-party data using first-party technology. Like what we have here, and I know that there's several e-com and retail people on the line today, so I took an example of Target. They're not a client. It's just a good use case because outside measurement, the next best arrow in your quiver is actually audience targeting, utilizing the first-party data that's available in the cookie space for your creative decisioning. And so to give you a specific example here, we have Target.com. And if you look at their first-party cookie space, I could only fit this many on this screenshot, but they write a ton of cookies. And this is all available information in your cookie browser and through Ghostery, but you can see all the information they write. So we have things like their session cookies, and you look at the S_VI. For those of you who use Omniture, that's an Omniture cookie. But there's tons of cookies that they're writing in here, and they write every day to manage the flow of information for people as they use their site, and for things like site customization, for potential email triggers that they might send out. But we're going to talk about how they can deploy this for their display. So let's just isolate 4 or 5 examples.